your hands together for Pat, everyone. So I have a friend who says I should write a book, How Not to Parent, and she cites this particular story as an evidence. My kids love blood and guts. They've loved it from a young age. The bigger the gore, the more they like it. And so if I go on any car trips with them, they insist when they were little, that I got some sort of book on tape to play for them. And I would get like Goosebumps or Edgar Allan Poe or whatever. And we would love going down the shore. I have 3 children. We would go down the shore, and my wife loved it. I'd go down for the day because she would stay at home. So this particular story concerns my children at the time were 12, 8, and 7. And we had 5 seats in the car, so we invited a friend of my son Brian's, Phil Vecchioli. Phil was 8 years old. He's a great kid. His parents, Mark and Adele, this was their only child, and they were very protective. But they thought, we can trust the Carmody. So we're going down the shore, and they hadn't seen Phil in a while. And so they're talking away, and they're having a great time. So they're not asking for the book and the tape on the way down until we get about 20 minutes or so from the beach. They go, put the book on, Dad. And I just grab, without looking, one of the books and put it in the thing. And the story starts slow. It's about a family moving to Maine. It's doctor. He's got a cat named Church, and the cat dies. And then we get to the beach. So we're at the beach, and we're playing on the beach. We're having a great time. The 4 kids and I are running around. And then at the end of the day, the whole day on the beach, then we go out to dinner. We have a wonderful time at dinner. And now it's very late at night and dark, and we drive back. And I decided to we're at Jersey, we decided to take the back way up. We're driving these dark, desolate roads to the Pinelands back. And the kids go, hey, Dad, put the tape on. So I put the tape on, and I'm drifting on. I'm not really paying attention. After 20 minutes or so, I gear back in and figure out this story has taken a very gory blood and guts turn, because the cat died, was put in this graveyard, came back to life. The doctor's kid died. He came back to life. I'm picking this up, and I look in the rearview mirror, and Phil Vecchioli is sitting in the rearview mirror, and his eyes are this big. And I go, Phil, are you scared? And he goes, a little. And I stop the tape. I go, that's ridiculous. I stop the tape. My kids, 3 of them, just start acting up. Dad, what are you doing? This crazy, can't stop the tape. Phil, what's wrong with you? Whip, they're hitting him. I go, stop the car. I pull over to the side of the road. I'm furious. And I declare family meeting, which is this insane concept my friends had. See, they have well-behaved children. So what they do is when they go on vacation, they have their 2 daughters sit down and they discuss where they're going to go. The kids go, we want to go to Disneyland. They go, well, we'd like to go to Colonial Williamsburg. And they go, maybe we'll go to Williamsburg this year and Disneyland next year. They have intelligent family meetings. Every family meeting we've ever had has been a complete disaster. I have the 3 of my kids on the side of the road, and I'm yelling at them. I'm saying, what is wrong with you kids? You're scaring Phil to death. What are you doing here? You kids, you're being brats. And they're going, it's your fault. It'll be more scary if we don't play the end of the book. You really should play it for Phil. That's the problem. 12, 8, and 7, I have 3 lawyers at the side of the roadway arguing with me. And then I realize, as we're having this spirited family meeting, I look back into the car, and sitting side the road, alone in a car, is Phil Vecchioli. And I'm thinking, he's probably wondering if this family meeting concerns where we're going to bury this kid. So I go, back in the car. Okay, everybody in the car, family meeting over. That's how meetings end typically end with that many votes. Back in the car, we get in the car, and I try to parent. I go, look, kids, Phil, adults make mistakes too. That's why they have pencils at the end of erasers, erasers at the end of pencils. And I said, let's just forget this stuff. This story, Phil, by the way, ends very happily. Don't worry. And there is a Santa Claus. Its story ends well. And I said, let's just forget this ever happened. We're having a nice trip. And Phil, no need to tell your parents. So we pull in late into the Vecchioli's driveway. Vecchioli, concerned parents, are outside waiting. it's late. We pull up. We step out of the car. Phil Vecchioli looks at his mom and runs up to her and circles with his arms and goes, "Oh my God, Mr. Carmody played the most frightening book in the world for me. I won't sleep for weeks." Mr. Vecchioli looks at me, says, "What book did you play for my 8-year-old son?" And I go, "Well, just something by Stephen King." and he goes, "Stand By Me?" And no, that would have been a good choice. No, and I'm fumbling the words, and Phil goes, "It was this thing with pets, zombies coming out of graveyards." And Mr. Vecchioli goes, "You played for my son one of the scariest books ever written, Pet Cemetery?" And I go, "To be fair, Mark, I really didn't know what it was about." And he's like, "What did you think it would be, like Marley and Me?" Now here's the situation. Tonight, first time they've ever been at Story Slam, I brought the Vecchiolis with me. Not Phil, he's still recovering. Now, Phil was actually doing great at Villanova, but the point in my defense of this story is last year was the 10-year anniversary of this trip. And last year at this time, Phil Vecchioli was the starting guard and captain of Westchester Ruston's football team, which went 10-1, was ranked 6th in the area. Phil was made all Chestnut, all league. Now some could credit that to years of weightlifting. Some could say teamwork and hard work and practice. But I happen to think that a little exposure to blood and guts in Jersey might have had something to do with it. Thank you.